Hello everybody, I'm just coming on here to give you a little bit of an astro update. This week is a big one. I feel like every astrologer is always saying that, and I am here to say it again. So we have a eclipse on a Wednesday evening or Thursday midnight-ish Eastern time, and this one's a really interesting one, let's say, because we had a new moon in the 0 degrees of Aries in March, and now we're having a new moon at the last degrees of Aries. So they call this the black moon because it's rare for 2 new moons to come up in one sign in 1 year. There's a lot of technical stuff to say to that, and I won't go into it. What I want to give you is really practical advice on how to work through this eclipse, and already feeling the eclipse energy. You will definitely feel it after. This eclipse being at the very, very last degree of Aries means that there's this like frantic, anxious, like, oh, we got to get it done kind of energy. It's the last degree of a sign, especially in Aries. Aries is fire. Aries can feel intense during Aries season. I don't know about you, but my body, I'm very in tune with how I feel inside of my body physically. And this Healy has been very much helping ground me, slow me down. I've had a lot of like the mental programs come up just to help me get out of my head because Aries, to me at least, I'm not sure for you, but it can feel a little bit too much fire, too much chi going on. It's a very good idea to be moving our bodies during this season. But this beautiful best friend of mine has been on me or one of my family members this entire, it just always is. It's always serving, it's always harmonizing. So this eclipse, last degree of Aries, it's a new moon. And so that means that there is a new intention to be set, a new seed to be planted, a new lunar cycle starting. But because it's at the last degrees of Aries, to me, it feels like, okay, what action do you need to take, or what do you need to realize about yourself? What's that one thing kind of just holding you there in order for you to move forward, in order for you to start new, to start a new beginning? There's something about this eclipse that's going to bring up something to either let go of or be aware of or feel. It could be many, many number of things. Eclipses are huge portals that we walk through. They sometimes shove us through. As with everything astrological, we are astrology. Astrology is us. All of these planets are in our bones, in our DNA. We are never victims to the astrology. It always is a mirror for us, or an invitation for us to learn something about ourselves and take responsibility for ourselves. That's why we came here. We chose to come here with a certain astrological makeup, to learn certain lessons, to go to school for certain things as a soul. And so every astrological activation has an invitation. Not here to fearmonger. I'm not here to tell you that this eclipse is going to kick your ass. It might, but there will be a reason for it. There will be an invitation with it. There will be something that will signal you to move forward and grow and heal on your journey. This eclipse is squaring Pluto, so it's very, very transformative. Think like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe it's a huge realization of all the things that you've done and grown and healed in yourself. Maybe you feel like you can finally start fresh. This is an Aries situation. Aries is the self. It is our individual spark of God consciousness. Aries is I am me. I am self. And so there's an invitation here to like look inward with yourself. Because this is a North Node eclipse, a new moon eclipse, it means that there is a signal to what needs to happen in order for you to be on your soul's path, like why you're here, your mission, your North Node. The North Node is always our destiny. It's where we're like our North Star. And so there's something about this eclipse that's going to highlight, why are you here? What is your mission? Something about your soul self and really what you're here doing in this lifetime. with Aries, I always like to think of like, okay, but an action and moving forward. Aries likes to move forward. It's the pioneer. It's like always wanting to go this way. It's also a very independent sign. It's me. It's not we, it's me. So the square to Pluto means there's some sort of tension here with like what needs to come up from under the rug, right? And be dealt with in order for us to move forward on a path that's actually more aligned with our soul self. And we can know that we're on the path of our soul self because it feels like why we're here. You don't know why something sometimes feels a certain way, or why you know this is the right way to go, but this is very much the North Node. It's like, this is why we're here. You feel activated, you feel alive. This is what I'm here doing. You don't feel stuck. You feel like, okay, this is like where I feel most alive. That is very much this eclipse energy. So look for those things. You can always ask your guides for help. You can always send your prayers to your angels and your guides to like help you on this path, help you see what you're not seeing, give you signs. Like all of these are beautiful tools that we have, and they're willing and ready to help us at any moment. So use them, talk to them. This eclipse is also conjunct Jupiter. And so it has this like really expansive quality about it. And we've been dancing with Jupiter for the last few weeks. So really growing into the self, understanding the self, expanding on who am I and why am I here and what's my mission. Like these are all flavors of this eclipse. It's pretty exciting actually. But because there's this like fiery tension, one of the ways I would say to calm it down is to either get into the earth, like ground your energy by being outside, moving your body, nourishing yourself with really good foods. But also I've intuitively been hearing like get into water, take a bath, take a shower, take 2 showers, hose yourself down, splash yourself in the face with water, drink more water, like cool the energy down with water. It will be very, very helpful over the next few days. The other thing I really wanted to mention, there's a lot of stuff going on astrologically. Mercury is retrograding, and so right now he's slowing speeds. The week before Mercury retrograde, when the planet slows down to like a steady halt, we feel his energy. So if things get wonky, technology, conversations, your brain, like I think that's why the mental program keeps coming up for me, is because my brain just feels like a little bit like fried, like it's, I don't know, like it's short-circuiting. And this thing has been really helping ground and like bring me back into my center. But Mercury is retrograding from April 21st, which would be Friday, all the way until May 14th in Taurus. And hours after this eclipse, we welcome Taurus season. And I'll do a whole nother video on Taurus because I am a Sun, Moon, Mercury Taurus person, and I love Taurus and it is my jam, and I can speak to the Taurus archetype all day long. So I'll do a whole nother video for the, welcoming the Taurus season, because I think that deserves its own video. But this eclipse is in the last degree of Aries, so we're still like, the invitation is still Aries energy. But the Mercury retrograde will be in Taurus. Mercury's in Taurus. When Mercury slows its speed in Taurus, you're talking about turtle pace, like slower than a turtle. Baby turtle? I don't know. Very slow turtle. So Mercury in Taurus, and this is where it is in my natal chart, is very methodical. It's very logical. It's slow to change until it knows it's a yes. It will not say yes. And then once it's a yes, it's forever a yes. You cannot change its mind. It has a stubborn quality and this slow, sensual flavor about it. And we've been in Mercury in Taurus since, let me give you an exact date on that, the 4th of April. So we've been in this energy. Mercury in Taurus is very connected to what feels safe, what feels secure, what are my values, what do I need to do to secure myself and feel safe. It's very connected to the physical world, so food and smells and flavors and luxury and stuff. So if you've been thinking about like your environment and how it feels to your brain, that's why. When Mercury moves retrograde in Taurus, there's an even slower pace here. Mercury retrogrades are about going inward, revisiting something that you didn't quite get through, that something needs to be looked at. There's always an invitation, like I said, something needs to be looked at and revisited. Mercury retrogrades technically aren't a great time to move forward, but I've bought houses and sold houses and bought RVs and sold RVs under Mercury retrograde. So it all is really, really specific to your own chart, honestly. So don't not travel, don't not sign a contract. Just make sure that you like look over it a little bit more. Make sure that if you do have plans to go somewhere or do something, that you're okay pivoting. There's going to be a reason why we pivot, and there's going to be a reason why we get slowed down, or something we have to face in our life needs fixing. It could honestly be a great time to like go back and redo your rooms and really consider intentionally like your physical spaces. It could be a great time to go out and sit in nature and talk to trees. It could be a great time to go back and revisit the finances and the to-dos that have just been kind of haunting you for a while. Like maybe you need to do some counting, or maybe you need to do something with your money, or reconsider your budget, or, you know, these very earthy money, financial secure stuff. So that is Mercury retrograde in Taurus. Slow down, slow down again, and then slow down some more. Revisit what you've been working through for the last few weeks. Have some conversations that need to be had. Maybe you need to like do some physical healing. Maybe you need to get more into your body. Maybe you could do some Taurus energy is very good at like holding itself and telling itself you're okay, you're safe. Like maybe stuff around safety comes up for you, and you have another chance to do another level of healing in the body. Aries and Taurus both are physical in the body, their self archetypes. I have a lot more to say about Taurus, but I won't. Don't want to make this too long. This eclipse is an invitation. I hope it serves you well. If you're curious about the Healy, this little guy has been my favorite friend for a long time. I have some other videos talking about him. I don't know why I call it him, but whatever. It's very supportive, very, very supportive. It's been helping me ground. It's been helping me center. I've been doing another level. In the spring, I always do a liver detox and I take a bunch of supplements because it's the best time to detox your body. And so whenever I do that, sometimes I have detox symptoms. So this thing has been showing up as like liver meridian and kidneys, and like all the things that I'm detoxing essentially is the programs that are coming up. And so it's been very, very helpful. I also almost got a migraine last week. And it never went into migraine mode, which has been a huge theme for this Healy and me. Usually it would knock me out for a couple of days, and it has not. It essentially like pulls me out of it and gives me energy so that I'm not like knocked on my ass. If you want to talk more about it, just send me a DM. I'm a total nerd. Like I'll tell you anything I know. Okay, I'll answer any question you have. If I have the answer, I'll find it for you. Super duper passionate about this thing. It was like the best money I've ever spent on myself. Fully, like maybe top 5. Also, I have some spaces for my Soul Blueprint Alchemy program and my plug-in program. So 2 ways in which you can work with me. One is a 4-month container where we talk almost every single week. And that is really meant for people that are at a crossroads. They really want to understand why they're here. They want to understand their mission. They want to understand why they keep hitting roadblocks over and over. They want to fully, deeply understand themselves at a soul blueprint level. And that is my favorite way to support people. I love walking you through and being in close container with you for 4 months and really watching the alchemy happen from you to move into an older version of yourself and really be held and supported to a new version of yourself. And the new version essentially is one where you really know yourself. First of all, you know why you're here. You are much more in flow with like, what season is it and what phase of life are you in and what does that mean for you? Because essentially the astrology is always moving around our blueprint. And so we always have these invitations, and sometimes we can lean in, and it's helpful to know like what they are and how to lean into them. The other way you can work with me is my Soul Blueprint plug-in program, which I also absolutely adore the people that I get to support in that program. And that is one where we get to meet once a month for a year. So whenever you sign up, you get 1 full year. We meet on Zoom or on the phone, and essentially I walk you through like, what is the season for you? Where are the eclipses? Where are the retrogrades? So I really, really support you with the cycles that you're in currently. And then I also, of course, because it's my favorite thing ever, remind you like why you're here and what you're doing and where you came from past lifetimes and where you get stuck, and remind yourself, as we all need reminded of those things. And so those are 2 ways in which you can work with me, is my plugin, which is once a month for a year, and my Soul Blueprint alchemy program, which is 4 months long, and it's much more of an intensive container, really, really therapeutic. Both of them are my favorite thing ever. So if you want to talk about that and that seems intriguing to you, send me a DM and we can set up a free 30-minute phone call and just chat about ways in which you can work with me, feel each other out, see if it's a good match. I don't accept everybody into the program. I want to make sure that it's in my own integrity, that I can actually help you alchemize and move into a new version of yourself, and that you're also willing to do that and take responsibility for yourself, because it's not just me supporting you, it's completely you making that decision for yourself. And if you're looking for deep astrological support, if you want to really learn about your chart, we can Zoom and I can pull up your chart and we can talk. I can teach you. The plug-in program is much more of a supportive year-long, once a month, needing to plug in to get support, to feel empowered and know why and what each season offers you. And in that program, I can do a lot more teaching. So if that's something you're more interested in, that we can talk about that too. Okay, that's all I got. I feel drained now. I'm going to go run the Healy and hopefully become more centered. Okay, so if you have any questions about the Healy or how to work with me in my programs, please let me know. Sending you all the love on this eclipse season. Definitely get into water. Don't forget to drink water. Don't forget to ground, be in nature. Go out and bare eye, look at the sun in the morning. Get yourself in tune with the sun's solar cycles. That's super helpful as well. Get yourself a infrared light. I don't know if you can see it over there. That's one of my favorite tools to kind of help me come back to myself as well. These are all just things that are helpful. I hope you have a great eclipse and Mercury retrograde, whatever is going to come and resurface. I hope that it's helpful for you and that you heed the invitation of the astrology. And I'm sending you all the love.